It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
This pass into the arms of Snead. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46. Here's Elliott. A second broken tackle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. On second down now. It's Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. To throw Mariota. That's complete. Right around the 8. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by their now 30-year-old quarterback, Cam Newton, MVP of the league back in 2015.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award. And he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely. And he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
That's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home, got out of the car, showed it off to the kids in the neighborhood, passed it around. I wonder what he did with it.
He's going to fire this thing deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play here for Buffalo. 43 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Check 13. Check 13. Out. Switch.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Greg. You got that right there. Slam. Kill.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Bills have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the rookie Saquon Barkley, the one who finishes things off with a touchdown run. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tight on this side, boy. Tight on the left. Move.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mariota, wide open receiver, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dante Pettis with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point now by Boswell. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, look at that. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Deshaun Jackson getting set to go again on offense. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is it allows him and the team.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. After the sack on first down, Newton going to take a shot for Gallup, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Newton. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. It's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jamie Collins, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Caught right side, it's Snead. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
3rd and long here for Mariota. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Jamie Collins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So on 4th down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Jackson to return. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Newton gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction. So now what can they do on 3rd? They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
It's a party, Gun. Back 8. Spawn. No. Check. Fresno.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down. Well, that's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. On 1st down, this is Geis. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Tackle made there by Frank Clark. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back.
Switch. 53, Mike. Great. You Mike. 53's the Mike.
Back to throw, Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And able to work his way down to the 16. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the... And oh, it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Good matchups all up and down the schedule there. We'll highlight the one in Cincinnati. A big test coming up for the Bengals as they'll square off against the New York Jets. Then in the afternoon window, all eyes will be on Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, where it'll be the Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns. And finally, on Monday Night Football, wrap up your Cyber Monday with the Vikings and the Seahawks from CenturyLink Field in Seattle. In our game, it was Cam Newton who led the way in that first half. His guys had the lead in Big D as we get you back to AT&T Stadium in Dallas and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers or counters in a certain way in the first half. And they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
We all know. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first and 10, Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. On the draw, this is Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Tighten up. Pull together. Hey, check 24.
On second down, it's Jones. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Barkley. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 23.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They'll try and get it with Geis. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever they do, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly. Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up, and what's been so far a tough game for them. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Gun.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
And out now come the Cowboys. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. They go play action. Mariota looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Mariota. Boom. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Mariota. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Mariota now. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 7 on the year. As they have now chopped this lead down to 3. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough 1st downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play here for Buffalo. 47 yards. It's a great throw right there. And really showed a lot of confidence in his receiver.
He certainly did. Ball was in the air a long time. But he counted on the adjustment that we saw near the end of the play. As that ball was descending, who was going to come down with it? He counted on his guy, and he gambled correctly.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
To my eyes, lines deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 2 on the order. 53. Silver.
From the red zone now, Newton. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Alex Anzalone coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. Throwing on second and long. Newton, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Off play action. Newton escaping the pressure. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Mariota on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed You know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal. Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for Buffalo, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago